Welcome to another episode of ITT Podcast. I'm Ken.
My name is the one and only Lim Liu Hong.
This week we are going to continue to discuss about topics that are still relevant to school. Yep. There are something that again it caught my attention. Also from I'm a heavy social media users. That's why I realized this stories. The video clips has been shared by one of the mom. If I'm not mistaken, he stayed at Malacca or Penang. So she said that she was helping her son to pack school bag.
Timetables.
Last time your mom helped you to pack your school bag or you pack yourself?
I am a very independent student.
Okay, you do it yourself lah. So the mom basically helping her standard one's son to pack school bag, and then she complained that why the school want to ask my son to bring all the textbook go to school. I mean, to take all the textbook and to pack all the exercises books.
Context. Packs all the exercises books is not only included with the subject that is in timetable,
but everything.
The subject that does not fall into that timetable, you still need to bring.
Because usually what we do is at night time before we go to sleep, your mom will say, hey, go pack your school bag. I know you are independent one, but my mom will come and remind me on that one. So we will just refer back to the timetable, and then we know I've got BI, BC, BM. So we take BI, BC, BM and relevant book into our bag. So that is how we do it almost every week during weekdays lah. Do you basically pack
What do you mean? Are you trying to criticize me right now?
No, I mean there are some who doesn't really pack and then just chunk everything into the school bag. That is my secondary school lah. But secondary school, I'm a smart person lah. We leave the books under somewhere in the school area where our teacher...
You mean in the desk?
Not desk, we have some hidden places.
Oh.
Like the school teacher doesn't know one.
No, we just put it right there
to
let the school teacher see. My friends did it.
Why?
Like we have a desk, and there's under the desk there's a compartment for us.
There's a small compartment.
Yeah, for us to put whatever we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody, but there are students that just keep all the textbook there. So I don't need to bring back home. What do you want? Tomorrow I bring it up.
True. You told me that your school doesn't have different sessions, morning session and afternoon sessions.
Yep.
But our school got morning and afternoon session.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't really leave our books in our compartments or drawer.
Okay.
We can't do that lor. Does your school got locker or not?
No.
You don't have lockers, right?
No.
Do you know that some of the schools already have lockers?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I have no idea about that. But I envy that. I felt jealous.
Right?
In my life where we are watching movies from Disney's. Everybody.
I want to say that too.
Even though before you get in or you get out from class, and
you basically go to the lockers.
Before you slam the locker's doors, then you have your besties is standing behind them.
Let's go for it.
After you slam them, there's a face right there. By saying that, hey, what's up? I do like.
You watch too much of those high school relevant kind of
You mean
series.
High School Musical School?
I'm not referring to that, but yeah, that's one example. But yes, Malaysia education system, my time 1995 till year 2000, and from year 2001 until I graduated from Form 5, I don't experience anything called locker. That is the reason.
Even until you are in
my
diploma, degree, and master.
That's in diploma's life and degrees life. I'm studying in that. Studying in KDU. It does has a locker, but it doesn't trigger our, desire to go and use it because we do not have that kind of that kind of experience in primary school and secondary school time. And plus, in uni time, do you bring books?
I bring my notebooks.
My face suddenly turned into like that kind of book. Really?
I bring my notebooks.
Okay, I have to admit.
You can ask the producer. He is one of my classmates behind.
Okay.
Can you say something?
I wanted to be honest also. Yu Hong is the one that has always carried bags to school. It's like not your classmate that doesn't really have a bag.
I do wish myself can be digitalized. I wish that I can just bring an iPad and an Apple Pencil, scan everything in my iPad,
and then
include the lecture note, include all the notes and tutorials. And then what do you want? I just take a photos, scan.
That one I hate the most when I say, okay, you can now jot down whatever on the whiteboard, and then you'll see like a whole bunch of students suddenly snapping.
What's up with that?
Hands up.
What's up with that?
Okay, come back to the
The
topic.
school pay you to let you jot down. And I pay the school to snap picture.
If you disagree with whatever that he said just now, please leave your comment down below and then just go and punch him. Okay, come back to the topics of today. It caught not only our attentions, but it caught the society attentions on why they say that why the mummy wanted to complain so much, because it's you wanted to help your kids to pack lah, because if the school required the student to bring the kids to bring all the books to school, bring lah. Okay, this basically trigger my second questions is where does the school kids really have to bring all the books to school? What is the reason behind? One. The second thing is...
The second thing is...
No, number one. The second thing, number one just now. Number two is, you already abolished Standard 1, Standard 2, Standard 3 examination. So they're supposed to be learning happily.
Fun. Without stress.
Without stress, but the stress that we are defining here is the examinations kind of stress, because it seems like everyone learned just because they wanted to go straight to the exam and get a good grade and good score.
Until the end, what we want is the certificate.
Yeah, the only thing that you need the only documents that you need in your primary school during your graduation is just a proof that you finished all the 6 years educations. But the root question is, do you really learn anything from the system, from the education itself? But one thing, second questions. Do you have, you still remember your primary school time, you have PE classes and music classes, right?
Yep.
Do you attend to all the PE and music classes?
Yes.
Does your teacher replace with other subject?
Yes, that is a yes and no. Yes, it's when I think I'm standard 6 or end of standard 5 that time. We are preparing for advanced standard 6 in the end of standard 5.
Oh, okay. Just get you guys to get prepared, get used to it first.
Yes, to get like what's the level, what's the benchmark, and what are we gonna face. Just have some context of that. And during standard 6, because we have UPSR, and we do have the time where the teachers, who is so coincidentally are the same person that teach me maths, so she's gonna use that PE class to teach maths.
So the teachers are listening right now.
I don't think my teacher will listen to the podcast.
Yeah, so you can say anything you want.
Freedom of speech. Liberty.
So your mathematics teacher sometime or occasionally will replace the PE class with the mathematics class.
Yeah.
So you basically have more mathematics hours in 1 week lah.
More mathematics hours in 1 week. Yeah, correct.
So do you agree with that?
I agree when there is examinations where it is near and the problem is the students can't able to follow up and they have the willingness to learn. Why not?
How are you assured that everyone has the willingness to learn mathematics?
I can't assure that everyone has the willingness to learn, but I think we can be giving any conclusions by judging from the majority.
Okay.
If the majority think things like this and the teacher also have the tendency to do this, I think you cannot blame by she taking the PE class to teach maths.
Because she said that maybe they wanted to ensure that the syllabus has been followed and they wanted to complete
maybe it's
the
a deal by saying that after UPSR you still have this certain amount of time in school. What do you want to do? I let you PE every day.
Oh, okay.
That's
but
like kind of an exchange deal.
That I would still disagree with that because, I mean, my thought, because just now before the entire recordings, me and Yu Hong, we had a in-depth discussions on this topic, and I realized that their PE, it's different with my PE. My PE classes are very into, you just go out and have fun. Basketball, whatever, like exercises on a field.
Are you the student that is gonna sit down with
a bunch of friends?
Not a bunch, a few friends.
And say we don't want to go in PE?
No, you're like sitting down and looking at people and laugh around.
Nah.
Or you are the person that really join in the activities.
I'm not a sport person, as in I'm not a basketball or football, that kind of person that, I'm more towards like not hula hoop. I've forgotten what is that thing lah. Just that there are a lot of physical exercises that we can do. The subject itself is called physical educations or whatever PE. But Yu Hong PE is different. You learn about
Just like our college life, we have tutorial and we have practical. We do need to learn something due to the, I can say it from Mr. Ken's times of evolutions of 12 years.
okay.
So we no longer just have a physical class, but we do have to learn some tutorials, some insights regarding to what our physical are changing. Probably you're gonna learn more stuff like puberty. Are you gonna like, how are you gonna protect yourself, and what's the thing you should do if you have encountered any wound or scars or even acnes,
Pimples. Yeah, he told me that they learn about managing your pimples or
It's not managing your pimples, but you need to have a preparation that you are gonna have pimples. Why, you will ask? Then they will give you the reasons.
We don't have this. That's why when we have pimples, right, it is always our mom will be the PE teachers and tell you what to do with that. So that is the weird thing. It's like, come back to here. It leads to another topic where our Minister of Education, Dr. Aziz Zidin, announced that the abolishment of UPSR.
Okay.
We got a comments down below one of our videos about YBB, and you can and then he left the comments and said that thank you for the comments. He left the comments and said that he disagreed with the abolishment of UPSR because of the entire education system of ours is not so completed, and the abolishment of the UPSR it doesn't comes together with a concrete education package that somehow supplements whatever that you might be missing out.
Yeah.
To
If
me-
you want to abolish UPSR, you come up with something better.
Supplements, because for me, I don't know for the rest of you, for me, UPSR to me is not really a test to see whether how much thing that you have learned for the past 6 years or maybe in your standard 6, but it is just like to get a documentations to assure that you can skip peralihan, go straight to Form 1. Do you have the same feeling on this one?
I don't have the same feelings of UPSR is just
Documentation.
documentations at that time. I think my feelings is roughly by saying that this is a task that is gonna prove what I have learned, and do I really learn and remember for the past 6 years.
Really?
Yeah, that's what my mom told me. Like, because I asked, why do we need to have UPSR final exam? Then she gave me this answer. Okay, I buy the idea.
But I have a different thoughts. Because I don't feel I won't classify myself as a strong advocate, but I don't really agree with the current education systems in Malaysia. I mean, if we talk about secondary school, it will be another episode. But if we focus on primary school time, I'm somehow a person that very pro. I've forgotten, it's Finland's education systems or one of the Western Europe countries' education system where they are highlighting on happy, fun learning in primary school time. Because what we have right now in our educations, it's like you come to school every morning, open your mouth wide, and then I feed you knowledge, you chew, and then you digest. Whether you will absorb the nutrition or not into your body, that is your problems, not my problems. So ends up the school seems like, and then plus with the examinations and said, you have to achieve certain grade because you have to assure that future success or whatever. It felt like the entire 6 years of primary education, it is only for the objective of chasing grades or getting as many A's as you can. That is why I disagree with that.
Yeah, that is part of the impact that have given me for, let's say, UPSR. This is the impact that UPSR have given me. But exactly, it's similar to what you have said.
It's like so again, I'm not saying that. Oh yeah, if we wanted to change if we wanted to change this education systems or the entire framework, it won't take one day or one night. It won't take 1 week. It will take I would say years, because you need to ensure that every stakeholders, your students understand, your school administrations, your school teachers understand, the parents understand, the community understand. That's why if you abolish UPSR, then you do not have any supplements package on it, then I think it will cause a chaos. Because why I say documentations, because our Muslim friends, our Malay friends are basically, they will go straight to Form 1. It's only the Chinese students and also the Indian students will need to go through whether you would stop by at Peralihan and then go straight. That part of it, how are you going to measure? Are you going to ensure that everyone goes straight to Form 1? But anyhow, because my mind is thinking about agree and disagreeing, because when you when you agree with the abolishment of UPSR, which means the school doesn't really have to get as many textbooks as the kids need to carry it back to school.
Yeah. Okay.
So they might be going straight to the happy learning kind of atmosphere. But are we ready? The question is, are we ready that all the parents and all the kids are having a happy learning when you go to school and play and learn instead of learn from morning until afternoon?
I think I couldn't say are we ready or have we already prepared, but I think if you are having like homeschooling,
that's a different story.
You are learning stuff what you want to learn. If the abolishment of UPSR will have another supplements that can allow kind of similar type of systems for allowing students that they can pick what subject they want to learn. They have the intention to express themselves, and the parents are able to see what's their potential growing slanted towards to, maybe artistry or more science or maths or even language. It's based on things like that. I would think the abolishments of UPSR will
much more meaningful.
Maybe much more meaningful.
Because now it goes back to the original stories that we shared today. It's like the first question is, why do you have to carry so many books already? Because the examination for Standard 1 to 3 has been abolished. And then now the Standard 6 UPSR, which also abolished already. So I think it is time for us to consider whether do we really need a lot of textbooks. That is, I would say that a little bit boring, and it's a little bit irrelevant as well in this education era. Because a couple of years back, where KPM, which is Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, introduced to have a tablets for all the textbooks to be downloaded into your tablets. In 2014, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, 2014 in Terengganu, if I'm not mistaken, 25,000 students are already engaging with digital copy of their textbooks. If this is happening, why not? And then second thing is, go back to when we talk about Hollywood series, why no lockers? If we have lockers, we just put all the books inside lah, correct?
If you say it that way, thinking a very Asian thing, I would say that if you have lockers, you put all the books and store it inside. You ain't not gonna bring it back to your home. So if you want to revise, if you want to learn, how?
Do you really revise?
Comments down below. Do you think what's the need of a locker for primary school students? Even though we are really thinking more alike than we wished to have lockers life of a student life like overseas.
Yeah, true.
Right?
But I don't think that we will. Okay, comment down below. Let us know whether you need a lockers at school or not.
Yeah. And what are you gonna and how are you gonna use that? That's the thing.
To deliver love letter, it's like you just slip through. And
I think I will like slide in my skateboard. I'll bring toys.
That big bear. I usually small ma. Okay, never mind. About lockers, we talk about that next time.
Yeah.
Till then, again, thank you for
listening to another episode of ITT Podcast.
Yes,
and
do
our
leave a
episode
comment.
is at
we always clumsy.
Our episode is at Apple Podcasts, Spotify and YouTube.
To follow all our social medias, we are available on Facebook and Instagram as well. To leave your comments, we read all the comments. To suggest us, to critique us, we read all of those recommendations and suggestions. Till then, thank you so much. Bye.
Catch you up next time.